Hi everybody, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you myself creating some Advent boxes. So I was inspired to do this by Missouri Star Company's Advent sewing quilt box, which I have purchased over the last couple years, and I have videos showing you the things I got. So the biggest thing about these boxes, it was just so much fun for me to have something every day that was special for me, and I really enjoyed that aspect of the Advent box. And so I thought to myself, it would be really cool to make these for a few people in my life. So I've had this plan for probably 6 months, and I've been slowly collecting things when I would see them to put in the boxes. Now, if I was a little more organized, I would have written down specifically what for each day, but I did not do that. So I'm not exactly sure if I have everything I need, or if I need less, or if I need more. I figured we'll figure that out as we go, and you know, I can implement some things in. I want to have these done soon though, so I can just kind of check them off my list. Now I was able to find these stickers. I think they're 2-inch in diameter on Amazon, and they go through 1 through 24. I couldn't find ones that I liked that went to 25, so my box is going to have 24 gifts. They'll start with day 1 and end with day 4 on Christmas Eve. And there's 12 different sheets of designs of these, so I'm going to have extra doing only 3. And they were only $8.19, so I was really pleased with that. Not sure which ones I'm going to use yet, but I will link in the description below the link to these if you're interested. I decided that for my boxes, I was going to just pick up banker boxes and wrap them in wrapping paper. So they have a nice box that just kind of opens and closes with their Advent gifts in it. Also, those are pretty cheap. Picked those up at Walmart. Lots here. Lots of different designs and color themes. I did see one that was in a language that I don't speak. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's saying the days. There, you could use that one. It'd be extra fun because you'd have to figure out what day it was. Anyways. So there's that. These are the boxes. I plan on wrapping those. If something comes in a box, I plan on wrapping it with paper and then adhering the sticker for the day. I also plan on using some just brown paper bags. Picked these up for 50 cents each, just little drawstring bags. I have blue and maroon. I also have some of these little boxes that I can fold up and use. I might use some envelopes. I'm just not sure exactly yet. Here's some wrapping paper I plan on using. I might implement some more in. This is wrapping paper from Sam's Club. I'm sure Costco and BJ's do the same thing, but you can get a huge roll, and it's reversible, and it's thick. It's super great. So each year I pick up a new one. I don't even use the whole thing, but then I have lots of variety, and it's really fantastic paper, quality paper. And then I just have some of the things here that I have purchased. Some things I have separated out for the 3 individuals, and some things I do not. I didn't necessarily do a theme, but I tried to get everybody a little snacky, something that they like, some sort of activity to do. I did get some, these are like a little Lego, a generic Lego succulent kit. Thought that looked fun. I got a couple little Christmas craft kits for adults. I thought I would intentionally put them in a little earlier so they could, you know, complete those. I have some lottery tickets. I plan on getting some gift cards. Just a bunch of different stuff. I have some hand sanitizer, some emergency, just different things that people people use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these things out for each person, I believe is what I'm going to do first. And I'm just going to put them in a box. I'm not going to wrap the box yet, but I'm just going to kind of separate it all so that I have 24 gifts, and then I'm ready to proceed onward. So I'm going to do that, and I'll bring you back and show you that. And if you're not familiar with a banker's box, they just come flat like this, and you just fold them up. And then they have a separate lid that goes on top. They have little handles. They do come in a couple different sizes. This is made that will fit file folders. But anyways, you wouldn't necessarily have to use these. It's just what I thought would make a nice wrapped box. Here are my boxes all built. I wrote the name on the box, not on the lid because the lid detaches. But I wrote the name on the box so that way I don't get mixed up who's whose. And now I'm just gonna put the things in them, and then once I have that all figured out, I'm gonna do a count and see how much I have for everybody. So I am pretty undersupplied on everybody. I have 14 for 2 of them and 12 for another, so I need to find some more items. I believe that, well, I'm just gonna have to go shopping. Initially I was thinking I would do some homemade items as well. I had a goal of that, but I don't think that that's gonna work into my schedule. This is so good, but that's okay. I was thinking I didn't have anything homemade for each of these, and then I remembered I have all these dishcloths that I had knitted up. I don't have the strings tucked in yet, but I could give each of them 2 of these for one of the days. So I think I'll do that. Another idea I would really like to do, but I just am not going to be able to work it out schedule-wise. I think it would be really neat to do day number 1 as like a homemade batch of cookies. And, you know, just make them like the day before and then, you know, pack them up and close it up, wrap them up, and take the box to the person. And then the very first day they'd have fresh homemade cookies for day 1. I think that would be super cool, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So maybe another year, if this ends up being a trend, something that I keep doing, maybe I'll do that. But at least we have this homemade item now. I have 2 basically completed here, and I know I told you I was going to show you, and I am going to, but I wanted to get some down and develop a system for doing the boxes before I just, you know, did it. So I think I have down pretty well how to wrap the boxes and the lids. I'm pleased with them. I've got all the different presents in there, Tetris style, and loving my labels. They coordinated very nicely with what I had, and the brown paper bags I think went really nicely too. So I do want to get, I think, like maybe just a little decorative like Christmassy type of grass and kind of tuck in here just for fun. And then I basically did a card for the top of each one, which I'm going to tape. And I think I'm going to get like a big fun bow. But it says, open this December 1st and follow the instructions inside. And inside I was able to find a Christmas card that said something about special gifts. And so I thought that was really appropriate. And then I just wrote that beginning December 1st, you'll open 1 gift each day, begin with number 1 and end with number 24. And that this would go through Christmas Eve, just so they knew that there wasn't 1 missing, you know. So there's 24 gifts. So next up, I'm going to show you everything I have for that particular box, and all my boxes are not identical, the gifts in them. There are a couple gifts that are identical in each box, but they're kind of catered to the individual. But I'll show you the ones that are in my mother's box for her. And I will show you wrapping everything, and I will just show you the whole spiel, wrapping the boxes. So here is what is all going into this box. I tried to mix it up with some different treats and special things. And like I mentioned, each box is kind of customized to the individual. I did already wrap 3 items when I remembered that I needed to be filming this. So this is a like an insulated tumbler with a straw. This is a little kit, a little bell kit to make little ornaments. And these are some window clings. And these are the stickers I'm using for this box. Now I want to note some of the stickers I used on the 2 boxes I did put together. This sticker wasn't necessarily indicating of what was up, right side up and upside down. Now, whereas the 9 on this elf or nutcracker, it's kind of obvious that this is a 9. I think that this candy cane that is a 6 could look like a 9. So what I did for those, I just put like a little underline under the number, just to, you know, seal the deal that that was the number that it was. Now, if you don't really care what they open when, it doesn't matter. But I tried to kind of stagger like my my food items with my other items, and the Christmassy crafty type of items I wanted them to have towards the beginning, so they had time to complete them. These window clings have like a Christmassy theme, and so I wanted those to be at the beginning. So just something to watch out for, I would recommend as you're putting things together. And so I'm just going to get all this wrapped up. The things that aren't so big, like these zinnia seeds, I'm going to put in an envelope, and the lottery tickets I'm going to put in an envelope. When I'm using these little drawstring bags, I've just been putting the Advent sticker on a piece of cardboard and then cutting it out and then popping a little hole through it and tying it. But yeah, I'm going to get everything wrapped up here. So you can see here is my number 6, and this particular sticker is not circular. There's not a whole lot of space below it. So I'm just gonna kind of do that. You may have a much more creative idea of how to handle that, but that's how I'm doing it. But I just wanted to show you that there. I also want to note that some of the things I've been wrapping in the brown paper bags, it seems like just the regular Scotch tape is not quite enough. It just doesn't adhere super well. So I am using some packing tape to just secure those, because I don't want it to be popped open by the time I get to it. So this here is my number 8, actually. And these are those handmade dishcloths. So here is one of the little pouches, and here is the sticker that I adhered to a piece of cardboard. This is actually the cover of an old notebook that was garbage. You could use cardstock or something really pretty. And then I would recommend that maybe use a hole punch to punch a little hole and then to tie it on. But in my instance, I'm just using the scissors to pop a little hole in there and then tie it on. And there you have it. Add it to my collection so far. Okay, so here it all is. This one I need to get some more packing tape to seal up. There's a few over there, but I think they look nice. And now we need to wrap the box. Like I said, I ran out of packing tape. I've got more gonna get some more because I have found that packing tape is the way to go with the box. Okay, so we're ready to wrap this box, and I will admit that the first box I wrapped I was really nervous about. I mean, I knew that some way or another I was going to be able to wrap this, but was it going to be, you know, disastrous? Now that I'm at the third, I have a system, and with this Sam's Club wrapping paper, it is just practically the perfect width to wrap a banker's box. So you want to put the box kind of, I guess the handle end across the length of the wrapping paper. And then you want to make sure that your piece of wrapping paper, before you cut it, or you want to cut it so that you're going to have a couple inches excess here to wrap around, and same for this side. And then, once you've established that, we will cut the paper. Okay, so I have my paper cut. I have my box approximately centered so that either side there's a little excess. There's actually a little more on that side. Okay, and I have my tape reloaded. So first thing we're going to do is work on the sides. We're going to bring the sides both sides, and just kind of secure them in the middle with a piece of tape on this side and this side, and then we will get into the more finesseful attaching. Also, before you attach the long sides, you want to make sure that the box is centered long ways on the paper as well. Okay. So to do this, this is what I've done. I just adhere a 3/4 inch piece to the cut edge. I pull it up, pull it down, and attach it to the box there. Now I'm going to do the same for the other side. I'm going to spin it around, and I'm going to pull it kind of snug. Now this hanging like this is just going to stay like that for just right now, and we will handle that in a minute. Okay, so there you go. I have it tacked down on either long side. This side here I have a little more than I needed, but it's okay. We can adjust that, but you definitely want a couple inches to wrap over here. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a cut right here, kind of straight off of this corner, which is underneath. I'm going to make a cut like straight off of there, and that will allow us to make this paper lie down nice and flush. We're going to do that to each of the 4 corners. Okay, so I've made the cuts. They're not as perfect as, you know, not exactly a 90-degree angle, but now I can secure down these sides. So I'm going to tape the whole way across with some more pieces of tape. Get that totally secure, and same with this side. And if I need to trim a little, I'll trim a little. Okay, so the sides are now secured down, and now I'm looking at the short end of the box. I have chosen to leave my handles in. If you are really good with paperwork and things, you could make them open, you know, where you have the handle, but I have chosen to just close them off. And so now what I'm going to do is kind of fold this as an imaginary solid box. Okay, so like you're folding a package. I'm going to bring the sides in, and I'm going to tape them down first. So I'm going to bring this in, make a nice crease here, and I'm going to bring this one in and make a nice crease here. Okay, just like that, and then I'm going to tape this down nice and flush, nice and well secured across here. So there it is. Now my corner is kind of a little overlapped here, which just means I had more paper over on this end than I needed. Could have trimmed some of that off to begin with, but I didn't. I'm just going to trim this corner off and fold this nice here. So there we go. And then I'm going to tape this after I do the other side. For now, I'm just going to fold it over like so to kind of hold it. And I'm going to work on this side. The exact same thing is what I'm going to do here. Okay, now this one is kind of working out without coming to a point. So that's great. I'm just going to fold this, press this down, and I'm going to tape all 3 angles here, here, and here, so that there's no loose edges to catch and tear. So I did across the top first, and now I'm going to go down the sides, and I'm going to bring it around the corner a little, just to protect the corner. This is very durable wrapping paper, but I just want to give the corner a little extra attention. Okay, so there it is. I've brought it down, and now I'm just going to kind of snip it here. I think these scissors are about done for. I should be able to tear out the rest. And I'm just going to kind of, there we go. Wrap that corner up a little bit. There. Just for some protection. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to flip the box over and tape up the other side as well. Okay, so the sides are done. I had a little tape problem there. This one looks a little better, but it's okay. Now we need to address these sides. So what I'm going to do, I do want excess to fold over, but I don't want this much. I'm going to trim these off a little bit, leave about 1.5 inches on either. And same as with the long sides, I'm just attaching like a 3 to 4 inch piece of tape to the paper. I'm using that to kind of get a snug pull on the paper, and I'm just taping it down. I'm going to do that to both sides. Okay, so now what we want to do is just work on these corners. There may be a little tape that might need, or a little paper that might need snipped off, you know, to get it to come down nicely. And we're going to tape everything up across here, and then I'm going to kind of do a little reinforcing on the corners, and I will show you that. So the reason I decided to reinforce the corners, and I did on the other box too, is situations like this. There's just a little excess paper there. Over here, you can see this corner isn't super fantastic. These corners look a little better, but this just takes care of all of these. Plus, with the lid going on and off, the corners do get a little wear, and I just wanted to protect them and keep, you know, keep the box looking nice. If they wanted to, my vision was that they would just keep their gifts in the box and take them out as each day went. So it'll keep the box looking nice, and then, you know, maybe they'll continue to use their box for something else, you know, store Christmas decorations in or something. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it'll go in the garbage. I don't know. Maybe they'll take the paper off and use it as a banker's box. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tape, and I'm just going to lay it across here. Okay, just like that. And I want to mention, be careful with your tape where it touches, because it will take the color off of your box, of your wrapping paper. So, okay, so then I just put a little slit there, and I'm just going to fold these down. Same with this one. There. Then I'm going to do all 4 corners like that. Okay, so there we go. The box is wrapped, and now we just have to work on the lid. So the box lid is basically the same idea. I'm going to just secure the edges. This isn't a full width of wrapping paper. I have a little excess. And then the corners, we're going to work real carefully with the inside corners, because they're going to overlap, you know, onto the box. So we want to make sure they're snug and tight. And then we're going to, you know, reinforce the inside corner and the outside corner of this. So you can see I've secured the sides. I'm going to clip these straight back and secure these pieces, and then just wrap the ends over and secure those well. Fold the corners. So here for these corners, what I've done is just fold it over, kind of like you're wrapping a gift, and then fold this corner under so that there's less on the actual corner, so that it just doesn't interfere quite as much with the box lid. So I'm going to tape that down. Do the same for the other side. And be sure as you're doing that you're making it snug around this edge here too. So now I'm just going to tape. I'm actually going to snip a little of that off and then tape this down. And now I'm just going to fold this up, tape it down, and I'm going to tape the exterior corner and then also wrap around to the inside like we did with the other box. And then our lid will be done. And there it is, all wrapped up. Looks lovely. And now we need to play Tetris and fit everything in. Okay, and there it all is. Of course, you want to be careful with how you put it all, you know, the heavier things on the bottom and the things you don't want crushed on top. All right, and we just need to close it up here. The last thing I want to do is get to the Dollar Tree and get some like decorative little brass to put in there, and like some nice big bows to put on top. So here's what I ended up picking up at the Dollar Tree. So these were $1.25. One of those for each box. And then I found these tinsel strands to kind of throw in. And I bought 2 of these to split between the 3 boxes. And here you can see how it looks. I just kind of used the packing tape and taped down the metal twist tie on either side, and then kind of folded it back over to secure it there. And then I just kind of sprinkled some of the packing decoration throughout, just for a little extra fun. Certainly isn't necessary, but thought it was fun. So I really enjoyed putting these together, and I'm anxious to see how they'll go over. I'm looking forward to making them again, but I need to wait and see, you know, what the verdict is from those who receive them. I hope they're surprised, and I hope they like them. And if I do them again, I will definitely be collecting things throughout the year. Also, I thought this would be a really cool business to just kind of make your own advents for people to give as gifts. Now, certainly you would need like a questionnaire, like of all sorts of info about the people, like favorite color, favorite food, favorite treat, you know, favorite activity and stuff like that, just to get an idea of who they are. But this was a lot of fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tell me if you've ever done anything like this, or if you're planning to, and share your suggestions and your thoughts. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.